Why billionaires are buying islands and what they do there. Why would someone spend millions just to be surrounded by water on all sides? Imagine a world where your front yard is the ocean, your nearest neighbor is miles away, and no one can reach you without permission. That's not a fantasy. That's what some billionaires are actually doing. They're not just buying homes, they're buying islands. And this isn't just about peace and quiet. It's about power, privacy, survival, and building their own version of the world. In this video, we're diving into why the world's richest people are scrambling to own private islands, what they're really doing on them, and how it reflects something way bigger than just luxury. Let's break it all down. It starts with something simple: control. Picture having the ultimate place where nobody tells you what to do, where to go, or how to live. That's what private islands represent now. It's not just about escaping stress. It's about owning an environment. Before, billionaires chased city skylines. Now they chase coastlines with no one around. A huge part of this shift happened after 2020. The world was in chaos, and the ultra-rich weren't just trying to wait it out in a penthouse. They were finding places where they could build a reality without limits. Private islands became more than just playgrounds. They turned into bunkers, retreats, testing grounds, and even experiments. And what's wild is this trend is growing faster than anyone expected. More and more billionaires are pulling away from crowded cities and buying isolation, but not the kind that feels lonely, the kind that feels like freedom. What if you could unplug from the world, but still control everything around you? That's the real draw of private islands for the ultra-rich. It's not just about isolation. It's about control. When billionaires buy islands, they're not thinking of beach huts and hammocks. They're thinking about survival, infrastructure, and power. These aren't vacation homes. They're fully equipped compounds. Picture private airstrips, bunkers, desalination systems, solar grids, off-grid internet, and on-site farms. Some even have permanent staff and 24/7 security teams. It's not leisure, it's insurance. The goal isn't to get away for the weekend. It's to build a place that can run independently for years. Some islands have greenhouses for food, solar or wind power for energy, and full medical setups. These places are engineered to outlast chaos. When the world feels unstable, billionaires don't sit around watching the news. They build fortresses. And here's the thing. This isn't doomsday prepping in the traditional sense. It's polished, modern, high-tech survival. It's about staying safe without giving up comfort. A lot of these islands feel like luxury hotels crossed with secret military bases. Everything runs on their terms. Part of it is fear of pandemics, civil unrest, climate disaster. But part of it is strategy. When you're rich enough, you don't react to problems. You anticipate them. You create a place where you don't have to depend on shaky governments, crowded cities, or unpredictable systems. You make your own system. The psychological appeal can't be ignored either. For billionaires used to calling the shots, the idea of being vulnerable or exposed is unacceptable. A private island offers not just distance, but dominance. You choose who comes, who stays, and who never makes it past the shoreline. It's also about continuity. These islands aren't just for now. They're designed to be legacies, places future generations can inherit, maintain, and live in if the outside world goes sideways. When you can afford it, why settle for a backup plan when you can build a whole backup life? In a world that feels increasingly out of control, private islands aren't escapes. They're alternate realities, safe zones, micro-worlds that reflect the owner's ideal version of life, secure, self-sufficient, and sealed off from the noise. For most people, building anything comes with restrictions, zoning laws, permits, endless bureaucracy. But on a private island, that red tape disappears. Suddenly, it's all about imagination and resources. This is what makes islands so appealing to billionaires: complete creative freedom. No government oversight, no neighborhood complaints, just open land and a blank canvas. Some use that freedom to dream big. Their islands become test labs for ideas you won't see in cities. Think AI-powered smart homes, self-sustaining farms, experimental schools, or even entire eco-friendly towns. There are no limits. just personal vision backed by extreme wealth. These islands aren't just properties. They're playgrounds for innovation, or sometimes isolation. If something goes wrong, it happens in private. If something works, it's proof of concept for a bigger stage. And here's the real twist. When you own the land and make the rules, you get to bypass the parts of society you don't like. Taxes, surveillance, noise, regulation, it's all optional. That's not just freedom, that's autonomy. For the ultra-wealthy, it's not about escaping the system. It's about building their own. Not later now. Buying an island used to be seen as risky or extreme. Now it's one of the smartest moves in real estate. Why? Because islands are rare. They can't just build more of them. That makes them valuable. Billionaires are flipping islands like high-end houses. Buy it cheap, develop it, and either rent it out or sell it to another elite buyer. There's big money in exclusive privacy. But that's not all. Some islands are becoming eco-resorts, not the touristy kind, more like ultra-luxury hidden paradises. Guests pay hundreds of thousands just to stay for a week. It's a new kind of Airbnb, but for the super rich. And because sustainability is now part of the appeal, these developments include green tech, solar energy, and organic systems. It's not just about wealth. It's about status. Owning an island shows you're thinking long-term. If you're famous, powerful, or insanely rich, privacy is almost impossible. That's why islands are the new mansions. It's not just that they're remote. It's that they give you total control over who sees you, hears you, or even knows where you are. On a private island, nothing happens by accident. Every boat, every guest, every drone, it's all monitored. That kind of security, you can't buy it in a city. Some billionaires go even further. They set up layers of secrecy, shell companies, offshore accounts, hidden deals, just so no one knows they even bought the place. That's how badly they want their piece. The rich are preparing for a future they don't trust, and they're not waiting for permission. They're building safety nets, utopias, power centers, and legacies, all far away from the noise, and they're doing it fast. It shows a growing divide, not just in wealth, but in access. While most of us are stuck dealing with broken systems, the elite are creating their own. And the more this trend grows, the more it will shape how society works, or doesn't. But it also shows something deeper, a need for control, for peace, for a version of life that feels clean, simple, and owned. Whether you admire it or question it, one thing's for sure, it's changing the game, and it's not slowing down. That's the full story on why billionaires are buying up islands and reshaping what ownership really means. If this got you thinking or opened your eyes to a new side of wealth, that's the whole point. Let us know what you'd build or do on your own island if money wasn't a problem.